freezing of gait, in simplest terms, are when a person with Parkinson's disease wants to move or take a step and cannot physically make their leg pick up and take a step. They're basically stuck, literally on the spot and stuck in place. We honestly don't know why this happens. Basically the greatest minds out there in research, clinical research with Parkinson's disease, really don't have an explanation of exactly why freezing episodes happen. But we do know that there's a correlation between freezing of gait and off times when it comes to medication dosages for Parkinson's. And again, off times are those times in valleys. Basically, there's peaks and valleys in the dosage levels of carbidopa, levodopa, the dopamine levels in the bloodstream. And off times is when somebody's actually experiencing difficulty moving or other symptoms between doses of their Parkinson's medications. So freezing does tend to happen more often during those times, during those off times. And that's really about as much as we know about when they happen. But otherwise, they're unpredictable. And so the best thing to know is to be empowered with the knowledge to do something about those freezing episodes when they happen. Now, you may be watching this as a person with Parkinson's disease, or you may be watching this as a caregiver or a spouse, loved one of somebody with Parkinson's, and could be your mother or father, whoever it is. Especially if you're not the person with Parkinson's disease, one thing that's very important to remember is that by trying to force somebody to move or take a step when they're having a freezing episode can be very dangerous, as it can really increase their risk of having a fall. But that's why it's important also for you to know what to do, as well as the person with Parkinson's. So one thing I neglected to mention a moment ago is that freezing episodes do tend to happen or can happen when there is a noticeable change in surfaces. So for example, if somebody's walking down a hallway, then there's a tile floor and then it changes to carpet, or you go from a single, monochromatic floor to a floor with a checkered pattern or something off visually, that can trigger a freezing episode. It's transitions. And a lot of times in clinical practice, I've noted that turns while walking, approaching a chair to turn to sit in a chair, those can be times that will induce a freezing episode.